Video is going to be all about my favorite scooter on the market, especially at this price point. You got from lower in the spectrum of importance to all the way as to what's the most important. So I think the least important thing about,
I like the deck, it's perfect size.
this is not about the stem. There might be a millimeter of play in there, but it's been there for like 15. What is happening, guys? You know, I'm Yogi Steve. This is ESA, the Electric Scooter Academy. Today's video is going to be all about my favorite scooter on the market, especially at this price point. If you got $2,300 to spend, this is the only scooter you should buy. As a matter of fact, if you only have $1,500 to spend, save up another $800 and buy this scooter instead. Today we're going to talk about my DUALTRON 2 Limited. I've been saying for a long time it's the absolute best scooter at this price point. So when I look at a scooter, there's basically three things that I like to think about, from lower in the spectrum of importance to all the way as to what's the most important. The least important thing when you look at an electric scooter, in my opinion, is actually the specs. I don't think that the specs are really that important. You just need to know generally what size battery you need to get, what size motor, how fast it'll go, what size tires you have. That is all just stuff printed on a paper. And you could compare two scooters with the same specs that are just absolutely, completely different scooters. So I can just flash the specs on the screen. You can see everything that the DUALTRON 2 Limited is about, but it's not so much different from any other dual motor scooter. The second thing that I look at, which I really consider the middle of the spectrum of importance when it comes to rating or evaluating a scooter, is the scooter's performance. How fast does it go top speed? How much acceleration does it have? How much actual torque does it have? What do the brakes feel like? And, you know, I've driven not every scooter on the market, but almost every scooter on the market, including some of the biggest and fastest ones. And this scooter performs 90% as good as the best scooters on the market. As good as a $4,000 scooter pretty much any day of the week. It has a ton of acceleration. If you have it set right and you pull the throttle, it can throw you off of it. It does have a 40-mile-per-hour top speed. If you're going to drive around at that top speed, you're not going to get a lot of range. You're only going to get 15 miles range out of it. But if you temper the way you drive it like I do for work every day, I can get about 35 miles in second gear. So as far as performance goes, it's just unbelievable. Super fast, if that's what you're looking for. And it's also pretty light. I like having a lighter scooter. At 65 pounds, believe me, it seems a lot lighter than the 90-pound Ultra. The tires are great and they last a really long time. They have sort of standard 10 by 2.5-inch tires, but the 10 by 2.5 CSD tires are fantastic. Now that I've really driven it for a while, I finally had to replace tires, not from flats, just from usage. I'll show you some video right now. I have a brand new tire on the front and I have almost completely bald tire on the back. You can get away with driving these tires with very, very little tread for a long time. It's probably not a great idea, but you can really push the tolerances of these tires. They're so thick when you get them on day one. If the scooter has a drawback, if there's something I want to improve on it, it's just the brakes. I've been driving around on mechanical brakes my entire scooter life, and I've had bad tendonitis in my hands and my thumbs and the pad of my hand for a really long time. So I would like to upgrade this scooter to hydraulic brakes one day. I just have no idea how to do it. Maybe I'll find somebody to do it for me or teach me how to do it one of these days. But the brakes are great because in my mind, it's still a small scooter for just mechanical brakes. The brakes are very sensitive and the brake pads last a long time. If my DUALTRON Ultra needs brake pads every 200 miles, this scooter really only needs brake pads every 500 miles. And remember, I do a ton of stop-and-go driving. Now finally, the third thing that I look at, which I believe is more important than the other two factors, specs and performance, is durability, longevity. Because there's nothing worse than getting your brand new scooter, putting a few hundred miles on it, and then it just breaks or goes down. If you don't know how to fix it yourself, you might have to ship it back to the manufacturer. You might be without your scooter for weeks or months or more, but it's just a huge pain in the ass. So the question is how durable is this scooter? So far, with 3,200 miles, up to 3,000 miles, I had absolutely no problem. I smashed this scooter into a curb. If you remember, I made a video about it a while ago. But I smashed this scooter into a curb and popped off the front tire. But the frame and the folding mechanism and all the rest of the scooter really held up really well. So I know it can take a beating. And don't forget, on this scooter, I was also hit by a goddamn car on this scooter. It went totally sideways, and it's still going great. So remember, I was hit by a car at 20 miles per hour on this scooter. It kicked out from under me, landed on its side, went flying, knocked my delivery box off, And that was like 1,500 miles ago, and the scooter is still running amazingly well. There's one specific problem that has happened only recently. My single and dual motor button is broken. Basically, if I want to go in single motor mode, I have to hold the button instead of just clicking it. I can feel there's some sort of a softness or cushiness where there's supposed to be a click and a spring, so I think that piece just needs to be replaced. But at 3,200 miles, that is the only problem that I've had, and the scooter is still totally rideable. So let me give you a closer look at the scooter now. It's not clean. I never clean these things. I really want you to see the difference between an old and a new tire. The tread is almost completely flat. I mean, there's a decent amount of tread on the back tire. On a dual motor scooter, your front tire is the one that loses tread first. So I replaced the front tire, and you can see this is what it looks like. This very nice, thick tread. So you got all this here in the middle, nice and thick and dense. And then over time, you end up with these thin and bulk tires. But they're pretty easy to replace once you've done it. So looking at the scooter, it's dirty, but it looks good. These have not fallen off yet. That's like a miracle. They fell off the Ultra pretty quick. The deck is pretty dirty, but I like the deck. It's perfect size. Some play in the stem. I've gone over this. You can't see. I don't know if you can even really see it. I'm not gonna. This is not about the stem. There might be a millimeter of play in there, but it's been there for like 1,500 miles, and it's not getting worse. The rest of it is all super tight. I told you about the button. Brakes are operating fine. This is the damage from the accident. This is what really happened. Is the cover, not just the plastic cover, but the metal wire that's above the other wires, kind of sheared off. You can see that. But I've been driving around like this for 1,500 miles. I'm just going to go until it stops. It's just a fantastic scooter at 65 pounds. So those are my really true and unbiased thoughts about DUALTRON 2 Limited. I really want to build my reputation as somebody you can come to for advice on what scooter to buy. I think the only way to do that is to refuse any affiliate links on my page. Now I'm going to sort of make a soft announcement here. I'm not even going to put it in the header. This is just for people who are really watching these videos. I do actually have a bonus code coming from USA Mini Motors. Authorized dealers, you can buy from them online. Normally, the way an affiliate link or a bonus code works is I tell you to click a button or give you the bonus code, you get a little bit of a discount, and I get a little bit of money. It's not important for me to make money selling scooters like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bonus code. Alvin, are you watching? Alvin at USA Mini Motors, you promised. I know I trust you all the way. I know you're going to send it. But I'm going to give my share of the bonus code to my viewers. I'm not going to profit off of the advice that I give on scooters. I really have bigger ideas for the page than just being a place where I can make money off of affiliate links. I actually think that if you're getting any advice from any electric scooter pages that are filled with affiliate links, especially of different brands, how many good brands of electric scooter are there on the market? There's really not that many. So how can a guy have 100 different affiliate links, electric scooter guide, on their page? It's completely biased. Many of these pages, they don't have a scooter that they don't like. So I've done lots of reviews of other scooters. I've driven pretty much every brand. And I just think that if you're serious, if you want to have a scooter for long term, if you want to make your first scooter purchase your very last scooter purchase, just get almost any DUALTRON. All right, guys, you know I'm Yogi Steve. This is ESA, the Electric Scooter Academy. I appreciate you checking out my videos. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, and talk to me. Ask questions, leave a comment down below. Thank you.